Hello, everybody. Welcome to the
Hello.
first stream on my channel in January. So, like it says, what the fuck have we done? It's 2022. Holy shit.
I saw something today that said that feeling when you realize that 2022 sounds like 2020 also.
I think that's probably how the what is that hashtag they were doing? Not me 2022 or whatever. Or I forget what it was. I just had it in my head. Holy crap, how did I forget it that fast?
I know they're
Not me
doing
too.
hold my beer or hold my purse or whatever. Hold my
Yeah.
latte, hold my earrings.
Wasn't it you that said it yesterday, CB? It was like not me too 2022 or something? Or me too 2022? I don't know, something like that. Yeah, 2022. There's that one too. There's that one too.
Mm-hmm. Not you
Yeah,
too,
not you
2022.
too. That's what it is, not you too. Yeah. So as it is the first official stream for 2022, I'm not gonna introduce myself. Do you want to introduce yourself?
I'm Jayce. I'm sleepy because I don't
We
sleep
are your
very well.
Sunday morning duo.
I
I
don't
won't
sleep
do
very well
shit.
after my stream.
You don't. I don't know why. No, I don't know if I'll do this, but I just got this wild hair. Like I'm gonna do shit like exactly backwards of what I did last year because nothing the last year, 2 years has went right. So if I try to do it wrong, maybe I'll do it right. There you go. The logic of Amber Craft. I'm good at being bad and bad at being good, so I might as well live that way in every other aspect, right? I don't know. I'm sure it'll change next week. But I'm Amber. I write things. I do things. That's what I've got. That's what I'm doing. I don't know. We had Megan come in. Happy New Year. And Devin is not stream without the tug waddle.
Happy New Year.
CB looks like they've already had dinner. Going to get another drink and put the dishes in the sink. There have been, and you know what's, yeah. I don't know what the I don't know what the hashtags are this year, but there's a lot of them already. Like, let's hope. Let's just. I'm not gonna say pray because I don't pray. Let's hope. And if you pray, you can pray that this year is better than the last one. Because, goddamn. So the reason I say we're gonna do everything backwards is because, and I'm not knocking what we're doing. First off, let me premise that before this gets back to either party. There's the nail in my coffin. My phone knows me.
Backwards, so we're going to do the third sprint first.
So, in the writer's workshop, we have been talking, and an executive decision got made, which I don't mind. I will read whatever book helps us in our writing. I know, Jayce, you and I had talked about this before when we talked about doing things and reviewing things. We didn't want to review anything of anybody's that we knew the person like intimately. So, just only people we've never talked to, we don't hang out with. So, I didn't want to say anything until she put it out, but Tamara has put out on Twitter, we are reviewing Lisa's book for January, which I'm excited to read. But I don't know how this is going to go on the review if I don't like it. Or if it didn't help me.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about this book. I haven't read it yet, and I don't know if I want to read it because I don't know if I want to it's like,
You could be one of the ones who sits that one out.
yeah, but I'm not that kind of person. Is that Toby's or Lily's?
It's Toby's. Uncle never got any.
Oh, no, I found theirs that I bought at Walmart. My daughter just found the
I haven't been giving them to
pills.
him. I'll stop giving them to him, so.
Oh, that's for that. I thought that was for.
No, it's heartworm and food production.
No, I know. I thought it was for
I'm gonna give him one now.
fleas.
But yeah.
Well, the flea one's over there.
Should we put his rabies? Oh my. Should we put his rabies tag on?
Up to you. So yeah, I don't know because I've interviewed a couple people. Jayce, I know you know the people. I've interviewed a couple people that like I did not like their book, but I knew them, so I didn't know how to interview them because they talked to me more like a friend than being interviewed. And it was very awkward.
Make it not awkward.
So I don't know how to not make it awkward.
Stop being awkward.
Listen here, smartass.
There may be some merit in looking into like celebrity interviewers and finding out what they do when they're interviewing friends of theirs, as opposed to celebrities they don't like know personally.
True. But then again, the only times I've seen that, few times I've seen that, they did talk like friend to friend.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if there's a way. I don't know.
Maybe you do the interview like a friend.
Yeah, I think, like I said yesterday, I think this year is gonna be for me to get more, I guess, out of my comfort zone of like being so structured and rigid on like my routine. Like there's so much shit I can't have a routine for that the things I can, I'm very guarded and protective of them. So I think that will probably doing this book will be good for me just because I will be talking to someone and not wanting to hurt their feelings but wanting to be honest. And I think that's a very hard line to cross, and I don't want to do that again.
I know Tamara would never do this, but if she were like a drama streamer, she'd be like, well, what did you guys think of the book? Well, we've got Lisa here to talk.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've read some of Lisa's stuff, and she is a really good writer, so, like, I think the book will be very helpful, but I don't know how, like, if the person's there, then you're going to want to interview them more than talk about the book, and then if they're not...
So she's actually going to be there?
I don't know, she's part of our writer's workshop.
Oh.
Like, she's part of our writer's workshop, so, like, normally, yeah, she'd be there.
I don't remember ever seeing her as part of that.
Yeah, she wasn't in season 1, but I think she came in season 2. I think. Yeah, so I think she came in middle 2020, end of 2020. I don't know. Yeah, so like I'm excited to read the book as part of the 2022 season, but I think this makes season 4. But I just don't know how to feel about it, like because I do my own interviewing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to feel about it. I don't know. Then again, we'll have to see if my boss actually still lets me off for said talk about at the end of the month, because when I didn't leave there in October, that was part of the deal, was the last Saturday of every month. Since I work every Saturday, I could leave at 11. But that was when the girl that's now in BDC was going to be there to cover me. So now that she's in BDC and she can't cover me, I would feel really bad to leave them with only 2 people for 4 hours on a Saturday. That's the busiest fucking day of the week. So I don't know. Maybe I'll miss it because I feel too bad to leave people alone. I don't know. Who the fuck knows anymore? Then this will all have been for naught.
I think it was it March or April in Caro's tarot reading for 2022 that was like, yeah, we're all going to be overworking ourselves.
Yeah. Yeah, I think because either 1 or 2 years, depending on when it hit you, because like it hit Washington and New York first and then kind of spread out. So depending on when it hit you the hardest in your state, like I think we're all playing catch up, some more than others, just because of when it hit and when things got shut down. And so now that things are open, you're like, fuck, I got so much shit to do. I don't. And by the way, it's been Talalav and Jennifer. Good morning. And I'm very much, yes, I think she did.
At least for the pros and cons for each month.
Yeah.
Because I really wanted to give good things as the cons and bad things as the goods. It's like, how do you interpret that?
Yeah, I'd be interested to see her do like a reading for each month.
She did.
No, I mean like now.
Oh,
as opposed to then. To see like how the universe has either aligned or disaligned even more since.
Mm-hmm.
Because like normally she'll do a reading for the year during our New Year's stream. But this is the first year we haven't done a New Year's stream in like 4 years. So I don't know. Because the last 4 years when Tamara was in Hawaii, we did New Year's streams. And I just wasn't having it this year. I woke up with a migraine yesterday. I knew the
I woke up
fireworks
with a migraine in about March of 2020.
Yeah, pretty much. Felt like they were just all the fireworks decided to let people march on my head. So I knew there'd be a lot of fireworks because Texas doesn't know how to not make things go boom and waste money and kill the environment. So I didn't know how bad it'd be. So I decided to not even ask. About like the Secret Santa thing. I didn't ask for that either.
There were fireworks here, but they were literally for like 3 minutes. And that was it.
Between 4 loud ass motherfucking barking dogs. Yes, I took that from Eminem. And then my PTSD, like I didn't know how bad the fireworks were gonna affect me and for how long they would be going on. So I just decided not to say anything. And then the Secret Santa stuff that I usually do, I didn't say anything about that for the last 2 years because of COVID and money situations and people. So I didn't want anybody like desperately taking things off people's porches or anything like happened to Aphrodite. So hopefully 2022 is the year of getting back to somewhat normal because I really would like to do those again. So oh really? I didn't even realize that's how she did it. Because it does matter how you flip the cards. So. Y'all had fireworks there too? I was gonna ask because I'm not sure how other countries do New Year's and fireworks. I mean, I know you have like the city usually does the fireworks. Like Puerto Rico, they have a star that goes up, and Australia has the what's it called? the Sydney something, but they like go over that dome building and they go along the.
Opera House.
Yeah, I can't think of what it's called though. I was trying to think of the actual name of it. Um, but yeah, like they go around that, and then the boats do the fireworks on the water, which I think is beautiful. Um, but yeah, the Puerto Rico the star goes up. Florida has a flamingo that goes down. New York has the ball that goes down, which I always thought should go up because it's pretty. It's a ball. It should go up like a balloon. Um, it's the only ones I know of. I wish I knew how everybody did it. That'd be cool. I really like their system though. I decided to add it to my monthly warm up. The vibe, the blessing, the bummer, and the added context. Yeah, I still haven't found my old tarot cards that I thought I moved here with me. So if I don't find them in storage in January, I'll probably end up having to buy me another Blessed Earth deck. I did check; they do still make them. So fireworks are basically illegal unless it's New Year's bonfire night or EID here. Yeah, it's kind of like that in the U.S. Like technically, but it's mostly like just don't get caught doing a lot of them. But people have them, they use them. Like you're not gonna go to jail for doing it. You're just gonna get in trouble. Like don't do that again type trouble. So, I think that's the only time they're allowed to sell them is 4th of July, Christmas, and New Year's. I want to say. I could be wrong, but I think that's right.
Interesting.
Pretty sure it's the only time you can sell them in the U.S.
I don't know. I was looking because when CB said they're legal on Eid, I was just like, isn't that a Muslim holiday? If if Great Britain is like making allowances like that for Muslim holidays, then I'm impressed because basically they run kind of like we do with the if you're not Christian, we put up our middle fingers.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So I'm happy to see them, treat
Embracing that part.
treating other religious holidays as valid.
Yeah. So yeah, it's the same way over there. They're not allowed to sell them unless it's yeah. So we usually do like 3 days before a holiday. I think is what it is. It may be a week. Like I start usually seeing them set up a week before, but I want to say they can't sell. It depends on the city and what they say, but they can't sell but like a 3 days before. Yeah, it's a Muslim holiday, but on the Glasgow City Council website, it says the fireworks are allowed for it.
Nice. Good. Yeah. Good for them.
That makes me happy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I hear people sawing, so I'm gonna spare y'all the noise. At least it's not in my yard. Hey, I didn't tell you to start, bitch. All right, so we'll get this one going in 3, 2, 1, go. Remember, it goes boom.
Boom.
Tap. Boom. How we do? What we do?
I was playing a game.
I
also can't brain today.
Yeah, definitely. That was me yesterday. And thanks for coming, even though you're lurking. But you got in first with a boom. It's a boom. I do love my Marvin the Martian. It's a boom. And Carrie came in lurking as well. Nice. And I'm so sorry, Megan. I've done this more times than I could count. Excuse me. Alright. So I am trying to get Vella episodes updated to the point I'm at in my editing. So that anybody that reads the story, if they decide they'd like to be nice enough and buy the story when it comes out, they can see that there's changes. Because I'm sure there will be plenty. Because I'm letting this one update stuff. I used to be over here yesterday. This one update stuff. So you will give me tons of ideas, and I won't know what to do with them, and then the book will be that much better for it, and I will be that much more of a crazy person. But, yeah. So, Spencer's doing brainless client work that made you use your brain. I'm so sorry.
Now, does that mean work for brainless clients? Or brainless work for clients?
And you go eat. I need to get something to eat. I've had pie. That's all I've had is sugar and cherry.
I might need some sugar. I think that might be an issue.
Well, according to the doctor, they can't find anything wrong with me other than my vitamin D is low again. So I'll probably go.
They told you to go get some D. Okay.
Yeah. D2, not D3, but D. Either way, it's the D. Get 2 Ds instead of 3 Ds. One less, damn it.
2D is a little flat.
I wasn't talking about the time, I was talking about the number. CB finished the sentence and got a jump 690. Nice. That's old. Oh dear. Yeah, she's not sure if I've quit making vitamin D again or not. Just that I was extremely low, which could be because I quit taking all my vitamins to take them to see what was causing all of this. But I'm in Texas. You would think I'd go get plenty, but
plenty of D in Texas.
Clients are magnificent, but I'm just scheduling social media posts I made last week, so it's just so many copy paste uploads. Gotcha. I can imagine you being on screen and doing that. I can't help it. Like I said, I need to go take my vitamins. It's the D. It's the vitamin D. You got me saying it's the D now. At least that would be a good exhausted. No, I didn't go to bed till 2 a.m. exhausted. And then the dog woke me up at freaking 7 a.m. So, alright.
So fucking special.
Okay, what the fuck? My computer just went all the way back to Google. I don't know what just happened there. Let me refine the bomb. No, my child did not do it. My child did not do it. She's just making fun of me, I guess, without even knowing it. Ooh, looks like I'm going down for breakfast. Oh,
Breakfast.
The only good thing about living here is there's a proper stove, which makes my mom want to make grits and eggs every fucking Sunday. Yeah. Although I said something last week about having grits and eggs and not having cantaloupe, and so Tony went and bought cantaloupe, and there was enough that it should have lasted till this weekend, but something happened and it went not even like sour or bad. It had the weirdest fucking smell.
It went super musk.
Dude, shit smelled like you put it in with some rotten meat. It was the weirdest fucking smell. Even my mom said she never smelled cantaloupe like that in her 50 fucking years.
Maybe you accidentally bought a durian.
No, we were eating it like it was cantaloupe, and then yeah, it turned itself into a fucking durian. Yeah, like it was something special. It was, I don't know. That's straight up almost like what it was. It was like, no, I don't feel like being a cantaloupe anymore. Let's just become this.
Mom said I could be anything I wanted, so I chose to be a durian.
I'm tired of being a cantaloupe. Let's just be a durian. It's fine. They're the same color, right? It did smell like. I mean, and the thing is durian actually tastes really well. It stinks to high hell when you're like prepping it, but it does taste really good. This tastes like durian smells when you're cutting it. Like it was some sort of disgusting. Yeah, I went to the fermentation station. Yeah. I need both. Why don't you have a desk chair yet? I thought you got the desk. Why don't you have the desk chair? Because now I'm confused. I'm confused. I thought you got the desk, but not the chair. I'm confused.
See, I just thought of something, and Sage would get it. Would get this reference, but you wouldn't. A Julia bit just came to my head, and Sage would understand what that means.
Would you say a Julia bit?
Yeah, a comedy bit by Julia Le Petite from Drawfee. They tend to be puns, but are really bad. Both really bad and a really far stretch.
Okay.
Like you have to really work to make it even remotely funny.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yep. Sage does not understand what that means.
Got you. Ugh. I feel like I'm wearing a toga. Like I'm cold. Kira's right. I'm about to put a hoodie on. The AC just came on and it went from 80 something yesterday to 34 at like 2 o'clock when I was going to bed. Let's see what the temperature is right now. Yeah, it was 30 at 10 this morning.
So does Texas not believe in like insulation? So if the temperature outside drops, the temperature inside drops just as fast?
It's the type of insulation we have. No, it's just cold up here because all these windows face the way the wind is blowing right now. And I don't think they believe in caulk because each one of these fucking windows are whistling.
I believe in caulk.
Now the windows are making fun of me via my daughter. All right.
In caulk we trust.
Yeah. Like, and the bad thing is I'm about to turn my bed the night it gets cold. Of course, I'm about to turn my bed right where these windows are. So, like, I'm going to freeze my fucking ass off tonight. What? Why did I think this was a good idea? Other than the fact that people are here to help me.
Everyone else goes from A to B. Julia goes from A to Y squared.
I can understand that. All right, we are a minute late. I will go ahead and get this stream going, sprint going. The stream's already going, Amber. Shut the fuck up. I will go ahead and get this sprint going in 3, 2, 1, go. Boom. To the boom. Hey, I might want to get something for me. Because I don't have myself open on there.
Oh, it's already been gotten.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't take it out of the...
Yeah. Devin sniped it right away.
Alright, thanks. I just popped up and seen it. So. And we have a Charlie with us. Hello, hello, love.
Hello. And I have some crazy cats doing things around me, so if I start screaming in a minute...
Can I just say, for just me and Jayce normally, but especially with the three of us on the stream, this is probably the most honest thing ever said right here. What is this stream? A typical stream with Amber and Jayce. Truer words were probably never said on this stream. Hi, Jenna. Thanks for coming. I just bought that game on Steam. Now I've gotta go find time to play it. That is probably one of my lesser talked about resolutions, is to actually play more games and relax more, because I want to have a writing day and a game day on Twitch. But I've got to set up the PS4 and all that. So
see,
that's
well, I didn't do resolutions or anything this year. One of my goals is actually to do the opposite, because one of the things that I find really relaxing is just goofing around and making stuff up. So I just want to be building random things in the setting and everything, just actually having fun with it, because that's what I've not been doing. Is I've not been letting my imagination just run free, unconstrained by the evil corporate hand of the market. And I miss that. I miss just daydreaming and playing in story for no reason, just cause.
Yeah. It's hard to because my PS4 is on my bookshelf, so then I would have to move it with the TV and everything to play it. But then I was thinking earlier, when me and Jayce were talking, I don't want my head to be at the cold with the windows and stuff. The whole reason we were going to move the bed was the blackout curtains, but I can get some fucking blackout curtains. But if I still move my desk over there where the internet and the power and all that is, and then just move my bed beside it, then I can just turn around and have a bed right here. And so then everything's still, I don't know. I'm a world of confusion right now. People are going to be pissed at me by the end of this day. I can already tell.
That's just how I live my life, with the knowledge of that. Just move on from there.
I'm just going to say, depending on the day and what stream, my bed might be 3 different ways. I have a feeling that's the way this week's going to go. Maybe. Because there's not enough cords to have Wi-Fi in this house, throughout the house. So I need more than one modem. But not modem. You know what I mean. The thing.
The ting. Yeah. Router?
That thing. Yeah.
Router. Got there in the end.
See, I got a PS4 game. She doesn't know I know that. But she didn't give it to me for Christmas. So I kind of want to buy another game, be like, hey, I got the game I wanted, and then see her face turn white.
You're evil.
I know. I bet. Because that's got to be tons of fighting. That'd be crazy. I spent a significant amount of time screaming about the new Spider-Man movie and a little bit of brain-free client work. I just also pre-ordered the Alpaca All-Stars game. It is cute. You'll have to let me know what you think about it, because I don't know if I want to get it. but I don't have that many games for my PS4, so I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna get it or not. Yes, router, that thing. Okay, so it is cool. I was afraid it would get like too boring too quickly, but if you say it's cool, I will get it. Yeah. Oh, Charlie, since you're here, are you playing Countdown?
Have what?
Are you playing Countdown?
I feel like I forgot what words mean.
7 days. Think.
I need more coffee. I desperately need more coffee. 7 days.
Discovery of Witches.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm like desperate. I'm sorry. I was trying to think of like something happening in the community or something. I'm like,
No.
did I forget a birthday? Did I forget an anniversary? Did I forget what did I forget? What social ineptness have I brought about?
I'm sorry. That is like my birthday present to myself. The universe gave me that.
Oh,
I'm sorry to make you have a heart attack, Charlie. I did not.
Oh
need
no,
that.
it's.
I had to just give it away because you're just like existential crisis. I can feel it coming through the screen. Like, what the fuck did I forget?
I am so good at forgetting basic life skills that I'm just like, did I promise to do something? What have I forgotten that I should have been preparing for? What terrible thing? Oh, how have I failed everyone?
Can I say totally different notes? I'm just gonna let that slide and keep going since you calm yourself down. First off, this is amazing that we actually know Laura to know, so, and I probably would do the same thing and only watch the movie because of it, because I'm not a big Spider-Man fan. But just so I could be in the theater and take a picture of her name, like, I know that chick. That would be cool to say, like, I know her, just screaming out in the theater.
I have bragged about Laura a lot for a lot of reasons. Most of which is, I have one friend who's like really obsessed with The Shape of Water, and I'm just like, well,
I hate how these videos start automatically. Yeah, so I think I would probably definitely Scream as well. And only watch it because I knew that was coming. Like, screw the movie. I couldn't tell you what happened at the end of it. I would just be waiting on that. Spence says, I did give it an A, but the ending wasn't satisfying like they wanted it to be. And I was just like, 5 more minutes of Doctor Strange and Spider-Man talking and, like, them to pick plot versus character. Did they talk about the whole movie in plot versus character points? I could see that.
Well, divorces are messy. And this movie is basically Sony and Disney going through a very, very messy divorce and arguing about the children.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
As long as I get a Spider-Gwen movie out of this that's good, I really don't care. I really don't care what happens. That's my one and only like desire from this whole thing is like, can I just finally have Spider-Gwen the movie? People got their Deadpool. Where's my Spider-Gwen?
There is no reason not to brag about Laura. CB says I told my mom about it. Hey, there's Laura's name. I know her. She's so cool. I would do that. I would be like screaming, I know her. I freaking know her. People would be like, okay, sit down and shut up with that.
We're waiting for our after credits scene. Shut up.
Let me freak out during the credits. You can freak out after the credits with the scene. It's hard to describe how the two in the real world. Yeah, exactly. It's like my friends that I know, that I see all the time, but I've never actually met in person.
That I talk to in chat all the time.
Like, we talk to all the time. Yeah. Aw, I'm sorry. I heard your knock. She's like, Mom.
I'm hoping that they either renew their contract with Gwyneth Paltrow or recast Pepper Potts for the Armor Wars series, because that character should be a big part of that.
Yeah.
I mean, that is kind of Tony Stark's legacy, being literally fought over by people in giant metal suits.
Yeah. This is true.
So, and we know that they're doing that series, so either sign the contract and bring Gwyneth Paltrow back into the family, like give her all the money that she's not getting from the Goop.
Sorry.
Have you seen this stuff on the site? Like a more apropos name has never been given to a story. But
it's true.
Like, yeah, hopefully we will get more, because I want a rescue series, to be honest. Because I know we're getting Ironheart, and Ironheart's going to be fun, but I want a rescue series.
I mean, she's Gwyneth fucking Paltrow. She should cost way too much. I think they did it really well overall. But you can tell they had okay, it starts here, it has to end here, and you have to somehow deal with the character arcs that wouldn't really do that. Yeah.
They at least need to recast the character, because it would be weird if Pepper Potts does not show up in Armor Wars. Yeah. Like, I think it's kind of weird that she hasn't shown up in either of the Spider-Man sequels since Endgame. Just because, especially the previous one, Far From Home, because that's so much about Tony Stark's legacy that you would have felt like Pepper it should have been more than just happy. That's all I'm saying. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Jon Favreau, but I
mean, yeah, that's the love of her life. Like, you have a kid together, like that doesn't make sense. I feel like you lose a lot of character arc in Tony without.
Yeah.
So.
Hello, Jennifer. I will wake up.
All right.
I will not. I refuse.
Yeah, but it's we're barreling towards your bedtime.
Oh, I barely slept, so.
Me too.
Twinsies.
What would a Sunday stream be if we actually slept on Saturday? Seriously.
Yeah.
Or ever, really.
That too. Actually, I plan on sleeping less this year, because I feel like I slept too much last year. At least the last part of it.
I don't consider that a very healthy resolution.
No, I don't mean like sleep less to the point of like hurting myself. No, I'm just talking about like my physical health was so bad. I slept a lot more than I feel like I needed to. So I feel like if I take better care of myself just on a day-to-day basis, I will get more sleep back. So then I'll sleep less. I'm confusing. I know. Leave me alone. All right. We will get this one going.
Yeah, you say it as Spider-Man. Irving Spider-Man.
We're entering spoiler territory.
I'm just saying, it's a shame that they never let Mel Brooks make a Spider-Man movie.
You're
like,
not wrong.
The way you said that, like,
you're not wrong.
Because it's the one genre I can think of that Mel Brooks never made was a superhero movie. Because he made westerns, he made action movies, he made noir movies, he made, like, they were all like comedy spoof versions of, but you know what I'm saying? Like, Young Frankenstein's a spoof of a horror movie. He did Spaceballs, so you got your sci-fi movie. He didn't do a superhero movie.
I think that has to do with that wasn't really very popular during his heyday.
The Superman movies were, though. So he was still making movies in the 70s and in 80s. And I would have loved to see his spin on Superman. Just saying.
All right, before I get in trouble, we're gonna start the sprint.
Muting.
Because y'all gonna keep me talking. All right, we'll get this one going in 3, 2, 1, go. Boom.
Boom.
Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom.
And now I have a Black Eyed Peas song stuck in my head.
Boom, boom, pow. Oh, boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, it was still the same song.
Yeah.
Got that boom, boom, pow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We all had different parts of the song because I was at the boom, boom, pow. Boom, boom, pow, pow. That's amazing.
And the hubby is in the corner of the room singing it now.
Yeah. That's hard. What else would there be? All right. So I ate and came back with 30 minutes to edit my Vella. This is one of the reasons I say I need more power because I'm trying to copy and paste stuff over, and it's only showing me that it's copying the first line, but then when I go over there and hit paste, it pastes like 3 paragraphs. I need this screen to put up in my laptop here. That's what I need.
I continued working on my timeline. I figured out how to set the current date so that when I marked something as ongoing, it didn't stretch out into eternity. Because that got a little creepy. Like, no, that character will eventually die. They're just not dead yet.
Yeah.
They're not immortal.
Or are they?
Well, a couple of them are, but shh.
Yeah. Say, we're the same person. You can't not have an immortal somewhere in your damn book.
Oh yeah.
It's only a model. Shh.
So yesterday I decided to allow myself to watch the anniversary special for the Harry Potter universe that they put out. The funniest part of the whole thing, to me, is it does have a few clips of Robert Galbraith talking, but it has in very large letters, very large lettering on the screen every time they go to a clip of her to let you know that they were all filmed prior to the bad, terrible, disastrous, evil thing that she had done. Like,
really?
Oh, this is archival footage. This is archival footage. This is like, this was from 2019. This is from 2019. This was before she did the thing. Like, oh, right. It was before. We have not talked to her since the really bad, evil bad thing. And I found that just ever so delightful.
Like, did you find it more hilarious or just like great? At least they're acknowledging it without acknowledging it.
Yeah, it that cracked me up. I did cry once, well, twice. Once when they did an in memoriam to all the actors who have passed since the movies were made, and they included Rick Mayall on the list, and his character was cut from the movie because he was originally supposed to play Peeves, but they still included him on the list. And when I saw his name on the list, I just like broke down because I was like, that's so sweet. Like, because he was such a great actor and, but it was really lovely seeing the entire cast back together. And it is really sad and upsetting how, like, you're watching this thing that's all about, like, this is what taught people talking about, this is what taught me how to respect other people and to love other people and to not judge other people. And then, Robert, what have you done with your legacy? Just it was weird cognitive dissonance, but
no. Well, I mean, she is cognitive dissonance. I mean, she is the definition of it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's one way of looking at it.
Because I've been trying to put together a video for a while about like my own complex experience with like problematic creators because like I love the works of H.P. Lovecraft, and he was a garbage person in every possible way.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and the only like redeeming thing I can say about him is having read his autobiography, he knew he was a garbage person. So, I mean, he at least knew he was trash, which isn't really like the same thing as, but, and then he did something about it. It's not a redemptive arc. It's just, he at least knew he was a bad guy.
Yeah, he didn't make apology for it.
Yeah. But, because it's become such a hot topic of like, can you listen to Michael Jackson's music anymore? Can you watch the Harry Potter movies or read the books? Or, like, it's become such a thing. And it's not like I'm trying to find like, here's the official policy for everyone for all time and eternity or anything like that. It's more like coming to terms with how I feel. Like, what are my standards? Because like for Michael Jackson, that was simple. Even when he was alive, he didn't own the rights to the music, so he wasn't making money off of it anymore. So I didn't have a problem with that. Plus, my memories of that music are like me and Peter learning to do the Smooth Criminal dance because we were like desperate to figure out like how do the weird lean thing, how do. And so like that's what I have nostalgia from, is my friends and I trying to playing around to it. And the same thing with Harry Potter. Like, I don't want to let go of Harry Potter because Robert Galbraith is a terrible person, because it's how I connected with my niece. So the vast majority of my memories are not Robert Galbraith related. They're my memories of my relationship with her.
Right.
And trying to find a way to talk about this because I want to do a video on it, but I don't want to get canceled. And that's probably going to happen anyway. But like,
way to look at it.
Oh no, it's the 2020s. Cancellation shall come to us all, or something. Like I like. Did you not see what happened to Lindsay Ellis? I mean, cancellation will come to us all. But I'm trying to be thoughtful about it because it's such a complex thing to think about. And this was kind of my first foray, because I have not watched a Harry Potter anything or like interacted with Harry Potter anything since the Manifesto.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so much confliction on my part, because like remembering like all of the happy memories, like going and waiting in line for the books to come out, and being there like for the midnight releases and stuff. It's, I don't know, it's,
see, the way everybody is with Harry Potter, I'm not so much like the nostalgia of where I was type thing, because I was grown, but that's the way I am with Twilight, and I didn't even fall in love with it because of like any actors or anything like that, just because I love the Pacific Northwest. Like, I was like, natives and Pacific Northwest, I'm there for it. Vampires, just added bonus. And like all the crap with actors now, it's like, I can still remember shit even though I don't have to like it.
To me, that was the weirdest part of the whole thing, is that they did not have even a brief interview with Robert Pattinson in this, because Warner Brothers owns both Harry Potter and the Batman franchise, and he is the new Batman. So I would have thought they would have cross-promoted, like, here's a brief interview with him on the set of his new movie. Like, remember Cedric Diggory? He's the new Batman, like.
But then you take away, not take away, but you take focus off of one movie for another movie.
Yeah, but considering how much Warner Brothers just needs the monies right now, like, they're not doing well as a company.
Maybe they should quit screwing up so much.
That might not be a bad plan, but I don't think they understand how that plan works.
I know, right? That's probably the biggest problem.
I mean, the smartest thing that they did was, as soon as Disney fired James Gunn, hire him because that Suicide Squad movie he did is so funny. And like, oh wow, there can be good DC Comics movies. Can you do another one, please?
Yeah.
That's not animated.
I like Alex Spence's questions. You're go through a checklist of: is this creator alive? Is this creator benefiting from me consuming the media? Is this creator actively harming people now?
Yeah, that's a lot of what I do. But like, in not letting myself enjoy the movies, like I own the movies. Like she gets nothing if I watch them again.
Mm-hmm.
But I still haven't let myself rewatch them. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I've had times where I'm like, oh, I kind of want to watch. No, Robert's evil.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, there's tons of people that have done tons of horrible things, but I guess the question is at what point of them doing that do you ban them? You know, because I mean, and you can't like judge people for their past things unless they're still feeling that way, I guess you could say. Like you can hate what they've done, but people most of the time will learn from what they've done and not do it again if they're good people. If they're not, they keep doing the same
terrible things over and over again.
Yeah. They just double down. And then what you said yesterday, Charlie, they double down on their screw ups.
And it's been such a complex period because you learn so much about people. And like, once upon a time, John Lasseter was kind of a personal hero of mine, not like for his life or anything, but the creative output that he was able to do. Like the Iron Giant is one of the best like stories, and he literally put his career on the line for that and got fired by Disney for it.
It is such a good movie. I watched it yesterday, as a matter of fact. It was on freaking YouTube TV.
And, so yeah, he turned out to be a terrible person. But like my feels for the creative work that he did is still there, and I don't know, it's something I've been thinking about a lot as we've been learning so much about so many people over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of a morality question that we as a society have not asked ourselves. We're just making wild proclamations blindly in the dark. And it's interesting watching a new system of ethics getting formed. Just, it's been interesting.
Well, and okay, Spence has this question that kind of like book versus movie. When she's saying the shit they did wrong in the movies compared to the book can't be unseen. Like, there are tons of things that I find I end up having a hard time with either the director or the creator of the content, because if a book is good and the author has done it well, great. But then if you go and you turn that completely on its head in the movie, then I've got a problem with either the creator wanting to twist it and be like, maybe this was the original vision that they were too scared to put out, or the director. Like, which one should I be mad at on this? And that happens with a lot of books and movies, but not to the point of like ethical issues, just like, what the fuck were you thinking issues. And I'll still watch both, read both, whatever. But certain things like that, I probably have a couple ideas of what you're talking about, but like, I've read the books once, I watched all the movies once. That's all she gets from me. I've never really got into it. I did it only for my sister. And it just didn't hold a world for me. And I don't own a single Harry Potter anything. I am not a member of any house other than my own.
But I mean, it's true for everything. I mean, if you've never watched the movie Trek Nation, like, I'm a huge fan of Star Trek, and Rod Roddenberry digs into who his father really was in that movie. Like, it's very much a demystification coming from his own son.
Mm-hmm.
And you really get a good sense of who Gene Roddenberry was, warts and all. And oh boy, were there some big ones in there. But I think this is where we have to start having these questions. Like, as a Star Trek fan, this is something I've wrestled with for a long time, because like the production on Deep Space Nine was so fraught because Rick Berman is a terrible, terrible person who should have been in jail. And he would have, for example, the women's dressing room broken up into two sections, one where they disrobed and one where they put their clothes back on. And the hallway between the two went right past the large windows in his office.
Oh.
And that's something to think about and know when you're watching it, that like Rick Berman, bad guy. But when you look at what the cast was able to do, and it doesn't take away from the cast and the writers and the hundreds, if not thousands, of people that worked on that series. And the relationship between Kate Mulgrew and Jerry Ryan on Deep Space Nine, on Voyager, was so hostile that they had to have security guards on set to keep them from physically scrapping with each other.
Mm-hmm.
I know, it's that bad.
Oh yeah, three of the actors.
I knew they didn't like each other, but I didn't know they were coming to fisticuffs.
3 of the actors had to go into therapy for PTSD because of the hostile work environment that their interactions caused.
Wow.
Again, something to know, but how does that actually affect how you interact with the content? You know what I'm saying? Like,
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because these are the questions that we are just as a society starting to ask. And over the years, they have, buried the hatchet. They have, like, as far as like Jerry Ryan and Kate Mulgrew go, they have publicly apologized to each other. They have done forums where they explained what was going on and why the tension was there. And when you actually hear it spelled out, the real villain was Rick Berman again. Like, the real villain was Rick Berman again, because Kate Mulgrew was upset that he brought in basically a sexy cheesecake actress. That's how Kate Mulgrew saw her, to sex up the show and take away from what they were trying to do. And Jerry Ryan was like, but I'm a real actor. I can't help that I am also attractive. And by the way, be mad at him, not me. I'm the one that
I'm
got
just here to work.
Yeah, I'm just here to do a job. Plus, she was going through her own personal hell at the time, because, you don't know Jerry Ryan's story. It's harrowing and would be a very interesting movie. But, that Potter documentary really brought up a lot of questions of, like, how do we interact with all of this, Because I'm not willing to give up the movies just because of, I love Alan Rickman, and, like, there's just, Maggie Smith. There's just so many great actors that did such great performances,
But, and that's the thing is, I see y'all saying, like, you're not going to give up what you had. Now, I'm not expecting you to. I don't ask you to. What, I guess my question is for the new people that are just finding Harry Potter and finding any of these movies where, creators are shit and the actors are great, like, what do you do? If you know that it's bad, you can't boycott something you hear everybody talking about to the point you want to see it. And you could ask somebody to borrow a copy, but then if you then fall in love with it, what about all this merchandise? You can't buy it because then you're supporting them no matter what you do.
And see, that's where the real question comes in, for me, the calculus that I've been playing around with in my brain is especially for something like Harry Potter, is the message that most people take away from both the books and the movies an actual counterbalance to all of the evil that comes out of Robert's mouth? Because when you look at the actual fandom, the fandom turned on her to a large degree. and a lot more than I thought. Like a lot of times when a very huge creator like that speaks, the fandom just kind of bows its head and moves, on. And this is like I said, this is like the moral question of our time right now. Like every time you bring up, I don't think we should be giving her more money, but you can already see how Warner Brothers and is using their licenses to spite her. Like they're being very clear that like, oh yeah, there will be trans people at Hogwarts in the new game that's coming out. And Robert got mad about that, and they were like, well, she doesn't have anything to do with that. We have the license and she can't take it away because we have good lawyers. And so it's a like, none of these companies or people are worthy of devotion. No human is worthy of devotion. And I don't know. Like I said, I don't know where I actually fall on this. That's why I've been trying to put together, like, in my head, I'm looking at it as putting together a video because it gives me a framework of I need to be able to explain it to someone else. Because it's a, I don't know, it's like Spence said earlier, having a moral compass is exhausting.
Well, okay, this is the thing, and I don't know why I just reminded me and Kara watched a show. It's called Life is Good or something like that, where this woman thinks she's gone to heaven, but it's really an experiment from the evil side, like trying to make them do weird things. But like towards the end of the series, it's like it's true because everybody thinks you're doing good. You recycle and you try to buy organic and all this. And that's all great on the surface, but then you're not seeing the slave labor and the, all this illegal stuff to get things to where you see the good. And so it's kind of the same thing. Like, you want to enjoy the good part of the movies and the people and the actors and things like that, but then it all starts from like this one evil place. So then what you would almost have to say, okay, what rights does this person have? Where's this money going? And then what rights and money is going to her? Like, I'll support this, but not this because of where the money is going.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just too much research into everything you love, honestly, for everybody that's bad to make an informed decision.
Like, all shopping is exhausting if you try to bring your morals to it. Like,
yeah,
I was watching one of my favorite cooking channels the other day, and their sponsor was for an ad for a company that's a database of the farming practices of all of the different meat producers and fisheries, so that you could make sure that the product that you were buying met your ethical standards. And I'm just like, I don't disagree with the instinct there. Like, I don't want to buy from people that are being really cruel and terrible and vicious and mean, right? And destroying the environment.
But what you don't know is, like, when you actually get into there, like, if you look at the tuna fish and it says, dolphin safe, that's bullshit. That's a lie, because the company that actually checks all that, most of the time they go missing. So they'd rather just say, hey, it's safe, we checked, than actually send people out to die on boats, like farm raised doesn't always mean a good thing, because most of the time farm raised animals have sicknesses because they're kept in pens, and like, you don't know how far down it goes.
Yeah.
Or who you can trust,
And I think that's what our new era of transparency has brought, because it sounds like such a cliche, but it's true. Like, we haven't lived through an era like this as a species since the printing press. The fact that anybody can post anything online, so we get to see, like, the videos of police brutality and stuff, like, as they're happening sometimes, because they're live streamed, right?
Yeah.
We've never had that level of transparency before, so we don't have the cognitive tools developed to exist in a world where we can know potentially. Sure. And that's kind of the place that I'm existing in right now, is just not trying to be proscriptive of, I have figured it out for everyone, come join me as I proclaim from the mountaintop. Because no, but like personally, it's a weird, like everything feels like a minefield right now.
Mm-hmm.
And try to figure out how to walk through that and keep some semblance of personal integrity is important to me.
Well, and that's when it becomes whose integrity, whose moral compass. How is that moral compass set? Where's your right and wrong?
Because we need to have standards that we start, sharing as a culture. Because again, what happened to Lindsay Ellis to me is unconscionable. Has she made mistakes? She's human, yes. Should she have been canceled for making a dumb joke that, like, literally 1,000 other people who are fine right now also made at the exact same time? Because apparently it was the lowbrow comment that so many people came out of the theater with that day.
I have no idea what the situation is at all with this one.
So if you watched the what is it, honest trailer for Raya and the Last Dragon, it's actually the central joke of the honest trailer for that. She left the theater for Raya and the Last Dragon and tweeted, I enjoyed the movie, but I liked it better when it was called Avatar: The Last Airbender. And then that started the whole thing.
What's wrong with saying that?
This was then read into as her being racist, sexist. That was the more interesting, like, argumentation that I saw, trying to make Lindsay into a sexist person over this. And basically, a lot of people who had beef against her for various other things basically took this as the time to pounce on her. And that was the tweet that started it. And now she's left YouTube. She's left social media. And
oh yeah, she was so harassed. She just quit.
She's had death threats and stuff. She's been doxxed twice. And, I'm not here to judge anybody's feels about what she said. If you took, and yeah, I agree. That's the way a lot of people took it. But again, if she is going to be canceled for this statement, where's the outrage against the people who do do honest movie trailers? It is the premise of their video is that joke, because it starts off with scenes from the movie with them doing the whole fire, water, earth, air. These are and like it does like a whole spoof on The Last Airbender in their video. Like it's and they got nothing. They didn't get blowback. They didn't get pushback.
That's why I didn't watch it, because I thought it was just going to be another version of Airbender.
It's a cute movie. I enjoyed it. I don't think it was a special film. I don't think they put the effort in to make it have the emotional impact it could have had.
Well, my fear was it was just going to be an Airbender with a more diverse culture in it, and I didn't want to pay into that.
It's a cute story. It is apparently based off of a Vietnamese. I don't know if it's a folktale legend or just popular story in Vietnam, but apparently it has cultural significance. But as far as the movie goes, it's fine, But again, to me, the controversy is not the movie. But why did only one person pay for the sin of saying the same joke that a lot of other people said? Like, this is where like ethics are non-existent. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, this was not an ethical reaction to one person, because if it was truly an ethical thing, like I said, the video is still up on, on Australia's YouTube channel. Like,
well, and I think, didn't at some point she basically say the same thing? Like, why she questioned why she was getting so much hate, like, and asked if there was such a thing as too much of a, like, if cancel culture had gone too far.
She did a wonderful video called Mask Off, where she digs into the whole thing. And it's a fascinating video to watch, because she basically, every negative thing that anybody had ever brought up about her, she just talks about it. Okay, let's talk about that. And then my favorite part of the video, oh, and you missed a couple. Here's some things that I've done that I'm embarrassed of. But it's going to be messy, because this is a new ethical place for us to be. We've never had the concepts of nationality and ethnicity that we are currently living with have only been with us for about 150 to 200 years.
Yeah.
They're very recent as far as humans go. We didn't used to think about ourselves in the terms that we do now. And as a result of that, as we're trying to figure out, well, how do we equitably deal with these concepts that are in and of themselves new, in a way that's not truly horrible like it had been? Like, it's all new. And the problem is, for me, that we're treating all of this like, no, we've always thought this way. It's always, these categories have always been around, when that's not true. And this is not the way that we have traditionally seen ourselves. Like, as much as I love playing the game of going back in history of who was gay, who was queer, they never thought of themselves that way. Those are, queerness has always been around, but the identity, right, the self-identification was not a thing that existed prior to the 1800s. Because, well, when you look back in history, bisexuality seems to have been much more just the default. Because when you read like a lot of older texts, it was just assumed that you fooled around with people that were your own gender when you were young, because
they were roommates.
Yeah, that was just an assumption of the culture that, oh, you were at your same gender boarding school. Well, of course, you and the lads had some times together. It was just an assumption that was made. It wasn't, and so, pushing those categories back into the past, it's not helpful. William Wallace wasn't fighting for Scottish national identity because he didn't have a concept of that. He just wanted the British to stop, doing terrible things to his people.
True. Yeah.
And as we're coping with the aftermath of racializing everything and gendering everything, it's going to be rough, because you have to fight that first battle of, no, this isn't the way it's always been.
And even if it has, who says it's not time to change it?
Right.
And it doesn't matter if it's always been that way. You can't progress and get better if you don't change. I mean, I don't know. Alright. Do we want to do another one since Jules isn't streaming today? Or do we want to go? Or how's everybody feeling?
Well, I'm just playing games, so
I think we need to throw Amber a dance party, because
Because why?
Because you sound like I feel on the inside.
I'm working while we're talking, so.
We need to put some punny material into the chat so Jayce can make all the puns and Amber can be like, oh my.
Unless it's low-hanging fruit, I'm going to miss it.
Oh, honey, I bet you always go after the low-hanging fruit.
I love me some low-hangers.
Hey, you can catch more when they're low hanging.
What is going on?
I'm getting told to put the air on 80 by like 3 people at one time.
I love my brain sometimes. I heard the bell start tolling and I just heard the guitars in my head kick in from For Whom the Bell Tolls by Metallica. Like just I hear the gong and my brain's like
Thank you. That somebody finally gets why I have that ringer. Thank you. I heard that and my mind just comes up with Undertaker walking down, and then when he kicks somebody and throws them into, this is showing how old I am, when he throws them into the casket full of snakes. Yes. He quit doing that for a while and made me very sad.
Hubby's over in the corner very quietly going, I just thought somebody was ringing the low-hanging fruit. I'm going to ruin your image of being the innocent one. True, you are a chef. They
amongst yourselves.
Oh my goodness. It is so cold today. My system is not liking this new weather trend of, hi, we're in the 70s. Hi, we're in the 70s. It's 35 out.
You okay there?
No.
She didn't even let me do anything like before she's like calling me, hey, turn to 80, we're all cold. You just text that. I got it. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's like 30 is the lowest it got. It's 33 right now, and everybody's like, oh my god, it's cold. If we were in Nebraska, it's -7 right now. Calm your shit, people. Let me go warm these people up real quick.
Yeah, it's a blanket of snow outside here.
It went from being so hot and humid outside that our window was fogged up with condensation to it's frosted over today. We don't have to run the dehumidifier because the window's doing it for us, but
the only reason I'm like glad we're not in Nebraska anymore is because if it was -7, I would only have space heaters, and that's a big ass light bill.
Yep.
My light bills used to run upwards of like $500 in the winter. It was fucking crazy.
No one needs to hear your complaints about heating a restaurant.
That's what I don't want if I ever heard one.
I know it's the cooling. Having to run the air conditioner all year because of the kitchen. I know it's.
That's a bit of its own. It really is. It really is.
You're supposed to be taking it easy and stop grumbling about work.
So I got you just a hit of a red one. A little bit of talking about that. It hurts the brain because you're paying power to run equipment.
I
you pay power to run equipment to cool back down.
Yes.
I love how you just told him to relax. He's supposed to be relaxing, but you're the one that told him to bitch.
Oh no, he's over there just grumbling quietly in the corner.
You're the one that told him to let it out. You can't have it both ways, sweetheart. I mean,
do your fantasy violence, it'll be fine.
If you find the right group of people, you can have it both ways. And it's very
It's
fun.
true, been there, done that, but still, it's just,
when it's in a three-way.
Oh Lord, I think we show our age too much. Just the fact of things we have done, not even what that's doable. No, been there, done that. It's not always an easy thing to say. Either makes you look like a whore or makes you look old.
That's like my brand. I mean, I don't know how to do anything else. Like, I gotta be me.
It had to be you.
A friend of mine used to do an open mic night where he changed the lyrics to that about his ex-girlfriend. And, it was so funny. Because he had such a wonderful, sarcastic delivery of that. It had to be you. Like, there would not be a dry eye in the house, and it's not because people were crying. It's because they were laughing so hard they could barely breathe and were just, like, brought to tears from the laughter. It was great. I wish I had a recording of that. But we didn't have the ubiquitous cell phones back in my day. Did I hit my quota, Amber? Did I hit my old quota? Did the open mic night, the no cell phone, the, like, jazz standard.
One time, yeah. You're sitting here sounding old and doing all that. And I'm sitting here looking at freaking, I don't know why it just popped up, but I thought it was funny as fuck. Bad pictures of whoever it was had a horrible camera of Miley Cyrus and her wardrobe malfunction on New Year's. And I'm just sitting there thinking, this bitch better. Well, she was probably cold.
Oh, she needs a sweater.
That just added to your oldness. I'm just like, I said it, and I'm like, did I seriously just say that?
Oh, girl, I'm not upset that you, like, showed the tatas, but sweetie, it's cold. You're gonna get sick. Wear a sweater.
Well, she looks like she's wearing a bathing suit wrap on her butt because you can see the black bathing suit bottoms underneath. She's walking off stage holding her damn boobs. Looks like a pair of earrings I have.
Wait, you have a set of earrings that look like Miley Cyrus's?
No, the top, not her boobs.
Okay. I was about to say, like, this song's very special.
Oh, she's got this little V-top metal, like, thing on. I'm like, I got a pair of earrings like that.
Can I get you a shawl, honey? You seem a bit chilly.
Give them to her. They'll be nipple covers. Like, they're big enough. And yeah.
I'm almost getting to grandma territory where it's like, do I need to knit you something? You need a shawl.
You getting like that?
Yeah.
That's what I heard all the fucking time. Yes.
That's what I have to say to that one all the time. He goes out in shorts to make snowman. Put some dang pants on.
My sister would go out in the winter in Nebraska in shorts and flip-flops, and that would be because we made her wear shoes to make snowman with Kira. Yep. No, I'm just looking at Miley thinking she's 29, and I swear to God, in this picture with the blonde and the black, she looks 49. She looks like a 49 Asian vampire. Like she's about to eat the damn mic. Just saying.
Okay, one more, just like, I'm sorry for being an old, but I feel sorry for the kids these days because those 4K cameras are unforgiving. Like, I look back at, like, the starlets of my youth and, like, No one is ever going to have that perfect a skin again because the cameras are not blurry enough, honey. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry.
Okay, this is what I'm looking at, Charlie. Tell me she don't. Tell me I'm wrong.
Xiangxi right there.
Empire, Asian, blonde and black, making her look old. Just saying. Just. I got earrings that look like this. Just saying. Somebody needs to tell her how to dress for a 29-year-old. That's all I'm saying. You're gonna be sexy. Be sexier another way.
Be sexy and warm.
Yeah.
Which is very possible and just unbearably gorgeous.
There you go. Maybe McMahon covered her with his coat. That's what that red blazer is.
I agree. I think she is probably going to look a bit like Cyndi Lauper in 20 years' time.
Very much.
Except for she will never be as fabulous as the Cyndi. Like,
I don't know. I think she has potential.
I'm not hating on her. I just thought it was funny the way the camera, the angle. Just I was like, honey, like she just looks like she's about to eat that mic.
Ooh, I want to do a vampire musical and have Dimash play the vampire because I just need to see him sing with fangs. I have a fanfic to write now.
He's really tall too, and can he like seduce and bite Bo Burnham? Because
I'm here for this. Okay, Jayce and I are no longer writing books. We're going to be working on a script. Anybody who can help us with an inroad into Hollywood to get this thing made?
This is true. I will admit to that. But no, I mean I'm just planning on the dressing appropriately for New Year's and her age. That was appropriate. But yeah. I mean, there were so many other pretty dressed people that were just as outrageously like sparkly.
I'm just happy that after all these years, Bette Midler has never let me down.
I think they might have actually been appropriately dressed for the weather because I believe they were in Southern California.
Probably.
So I was watching the thing about the wackiness of our weather the other day, and they pointed out that it was warmer in Juneau, Alaska than it was in LA. Because this massive warm front pushed up into Alaska and pushed all the cold air down, which is why we're all suffering right now.
I was say that actually makes sense when you look at how the.
But that just kind of like baked my noodle in a way that I was not happy with. I wanted ziti.
I'm sorry. That was a metaphor I was not expecting to happen.
You're welcome.
Yep. My first thing was she's only 29. That makes me feel a little younger because I thought she was closer in age to me. But I think that's because I had to watch her when my sister was younger, so like it's whatever. Alright. Devin, if you're still around, throw your streams up. If somebody's streaming, we can go because I want to watch my mom and help my mom make Divinity because she hasn't made it in God knows how many years. If nobody's streaming, then we can keep sprinting and getting some work done. Because it seems like on camera is the only way I'm getting shit done.
Not me.
Well, because then I can tell people, I'm working, leave me alone. Don't ask me why, but it works.
So the camera isn't a device for you to... It's more of a protection.
Pretty much. Okay, does anybody know how to use Word? Can tell me once I highlight something and I save it and I get out of it, it won't let me unhighlight it. I have to retype the whole shit. I don't know why it's happening. I haven't done anything.
It shouldn't be happening.
It is. It's been like that this whole manuscript, and I don't know why. I think I've got highlighted sections for when I was doing like the character arcs and stuff. And it's not highlighting it. No matter how I do it. I assume there's a way to like have it locked, but I can't unlock it. No, not even trying to copy it. I'm trying to just get it off the yellow. And it ain't working.
And it was all yellow.
I know what you're doing there, but yeah.
I see what you're doing there. Stop it.
Well, the first time it happened, I thought maybe it was just like a random thing, so I left it alone. And
look at the text. I lit it up for you.
Nope, Control Z is not
I
working.
tried to do it in blue, but it was all yellow.
Guess I'm retyping this. I was like, I think I know how Word works, but maybe I'm wrong. I guess I'll just type this and then leave the rest like I've been doing. I don't know. I don't know what happened. I haven't used Word in like 7 to 9 years. What do you use then? Now I'm curious.
I've been using Google Docs.
I hate Google Docs.
That doesn't mean I can't use it.
No, I know. My daughter uses Google Docs too. There's just so much shit I can't do on Google Docs that I do on Word. So, it's a thing. It's like my OneDrive told me it was filling up. I'm like, I don't know how the fuck it's filling up. I'd have to use it to do something with it for it to fill up. So I don't know what's going to it.
Did you do any like pictures or anything?
Not that I'm aware of, but I'm beginning to think that my Google OneDrive, like my pictures may be backed up to that.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm starting to think. And it might be the case. I don't know. And if it is, it's fine. I just need to like know so I don't. Because I don't know if once it's full, if it would tell me it's not saving anything anymore, or if it would just quit. Like, I don't know. So I now have all of January Vella episodes up. So not this Sunday, but starting next Sunday, there will be more episodes up. If anybody would like to, would like to read my book, or don't, I'm just putting it up here for no reason. That's fine. Yeah, no. Like what we were talking about yesterday. I'd just like people to read it. Don't buy it. Read the first 3 sections. Tell me if it sounds good. Tell me if it's shit. That way I'll know before it gets to Jayce and he tells me it's shit.
Which is actually the reason why well, let me rephrase that because it sounds like I'm going to call it shit before I even see it. It's the reason why I'm not going to look at it on Vella is so when I go to it, I'm looking at it with fresh eyes.
Yeah, you're the only one I don't want to read it. But for that reason. But everybody else, I'd like some feedback. Even if it's just the first 3.
And not the feedback of it just being like sounding like a dial tone.
Alright, dad joke. I would even take that kind of comment. That would let me know somebody fucking read it. I mean, to be honest. I'm trying to keep myself, I say this every year, but I'm going to try to keep myself like a month ahead. Because I know at some point, either me or the kid or something will happen with health. And I'll be like, I would have, but. So. It is what it is. I'm going to try to stay a quarter ahead. And then when I fuck up with that and that doesn't happen, then I'll try to stay a month ahead. And when that fucks up, I guess I'll just be fucked up. Never heard of Pages.
That's a Mac program.
That would be why I hadn't heard of it. Yeah, because there you go. First Windows laptop dying went to Apple. I don't know. I'd kind of like to have an Apple, but that'd just be more switching of shit. So. Alright. Alright. Let's see here. Told you. Surprised they waited this long.
Blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Blah.
Yeah. This is what I live with. You need to come help her so she doesn't get mad. Alright, let's give our outros. I do want to go taste test while she's making it anyway. I'm not going to lie. Alright, does anybody have anything going on this week? There was nobody new here, so I know everybody knows this. Does anybody have anything new going on this week or something?
Just the basics for me.
Well, I have my Hold My Earrings 2022 video out. If anybody wants to know what I'm going to be up to in the upcoming year. And don't forget, we're doing the Sunday Fun Day over in my Discord. I don't know, starting soonish. Who knows? People might already be there. I haven't loaded Discord yet. People show up when they show up. They leave when they leave. It's kind of like, okay, let's bring out the old timer. It's kind of like an old school LAN party where we just kind of sit around and play our games and talk to each other or don't talk to each other, whatever.
The fact that the old timer is talking about LAN parties is just sad.
Yeah. I'm just happy I'm not the only one that has made that connection, to be quite honest. Like it's a lot of fun. So there's no pressure to talk or do anything. Just we often share our video game screen so you can watch what other people are playing if you want, and just hang out and have a good time.
Alright. I don't know what I'm going to be doing. I do know this year I'm going to be doing more just Twitch pop-ups. So if you're on Twitch, you see me pop up, at least pop in, say hi. Instead of having like a set only doing it on this day and this day. I'm still gonna be at Tuesday, Wednesdays. But whether it's 20 minutes, 2 hours, whatever, I plan on doing more Twitch pop-in. So if you see me, say hi. If you don't, that's fine. I went and bought 7 free books today of author tubers that I'm going to interview. So I'm going to be doing lots of books. So if you'd like to follow along with me and read fellow author tubers that I have found, let me know. I'm just going to post the first week of the month what book I'm reading. And then, yeah, just kind of give you all like a reading list. That way I'm at least posting somewhere on social media so people don't think I'm dead other than Sunday. So there's that. I think that's all I've got. So till we see you on one of our streams or we see you here back next Sunday.